Morning, and I'm taking it easy. But I wanted to do a little pop in, a little live, and discuss our first week of the 31-day keto challenge for December. Hey, let me fix this. I got wind going on here. Like, geez, whatever. Okay. Anyways, I can see people popping in, and I'm glad to see you here. I hope you've had a wonderful week. So Tuesday was December 1st. I have been pushing everybody who's struggled with their keto journey this year in 2020 to just make December theirs. Let's own it, y'all. Let's just have our 2021 end on a good note as far as our keto journey goes. And there's really no rules or regulations for this month. Just eat keto. That is the phrase that I've been using, is just eat keto. Good morning. And so I had a shocker this week, and I thought it was worth mentioning or discussing. So, we've all kind of wobbled back and forth all year long, and it's definitely had its effects, right? So weight gain, hormones, turmoil, stress, all kinds of things going on this year. But I was more self-conscious about my weight and my weight gain than I was anything else. Like, I just didn't have any other focus other than weight gain and weight loss. So when I restarted Tuesday in earnest, I had already started, but like, keep to it, I decided to pull out my Keto-Mojo. And I was really shocked when I did my morning reading, because I was like, I'm going to start this out right. I want to know where I'm at on my blood glucose. I want to know where I'm at on my ketones. And so I guess I had done 2 days worth of straight keto, and I did my blood sugar, and it was 130. Now, there is something called the dawn effect, where when you wake up in the morning, you have higher blood sugar in the morning, and then it kind of lowers and balances out through the day. But that was a high number even for the dawn effect, and it was quite an eye-opener for me. I'm happy to announce, over the last 6 days of being keto, my blood sugar being up at 130 in the morning was all the way down to 98 when I woke up this morning. So it's already back under in a healthy range. I am so pleased for that. My ketones have gone from 0.3 to 0.7 to 0.3 to 0.4 to 0.3, but I'm still in ketosis, and that makes me happy as well. And I guess I'm motivated now. I'm going to pull this out. And I did share a link on the community page. I did share a link for this if you were interested in something like this. It's already in the description box in this video, so you can check out the link below. But this is what it is. For those of you who aren't familiar, you can go to Walmart, and whatever you do, whatever you purchase is fine. There's all kinds of brands and things you can get. Walmart, you can buy just a glucose meter, and they're relatively inexpensive if you are wanting to keep your blood sugar under control. And I suggest you really make that a priority. Ketones are great. They help you know whether or not you're still in ketosis, but blood sugar is your health. And I love having this set here. This is the newer set that they have, and they've got some good deals going on. But what I like about it is you get a meter, you get individually wrapped. They come in sheets, so like you'll get ketone strips, and each one is individually wrapped. They're sterile. They're not going to expire as quickly because they are being preserved better, each one individually. So if you don't use it for a while, they'll be fine. They won't expire just sitting in a jar. These are your brown ones, are your glucose. It comes with the pen so that you can prick your finger. It comes with testing drops, of course the meter, plus 2 packages of Lancets. Anyway, that's the kit in a nutshell. I just wanted to show you. But my fear has always been becoming a diabetic. It runs in my family. My grandmother was type 2 diabetic, and she died in 1992, July 8th, 1992. I'll never forget the day, of a massive heart attack due to type 2 diabetes. The thing was that my grandma had some health issues, and they did not check her blood sugar, and so her diabetes went unchecked, and by the time they caught it, her body had been ravaged. My aunt, Ruth, has passed away at 64 years old. My grandmother was only 64. And I think my Aunt Ruth was only in her 60. She died a few years ago, type 2 diabetic. So I've got cousins who are diabetic. And that's just always been my fear. Like, I don't want to be a diabetic, especially a type 2 diabetic. You know, this is the kind that you can develop and get due to poor eating choices. And I guess I've really never talked about that as much, of my why. You know, why do you want to be keto? What are you in it for? Initially just weight loss, but also to be my healthiest me, to avoid type 2 diabetes, basically, is what you could say, to avoid type 2 diabetes. And my mom struggled with her A1C, probably for the last 3 or 4 years, or maybe even longer. All I know was that I freaked out even before I was keto. I was like, no, Mom, that's not acceptable. You just do something, you know. And at the time, like I said, I wasn't even keto, but I put together a low carb meal plan for her. She lost 63 pounds. She got her blood sugar under control, her A1C under control, and then it just started, you know, back to the old ways, and it became an issue again. Well, for her, I'm happy to announce her doctor finally took type 2 diabetic off of her chart. It was type 2 non-medicated, because her A1C has been consistent. She's given up a lot of the normal sugary things that she used to be addicted to. That being said, I had an eye-opener when I tested mine. I've never had an issue with blood sugar. Even prior to keto, I never had an issue. It was always under 100. So this last year, turning 55 last year, starting menopause last year, has been a huge eye-opener for me. Geez. Not only, you know, did my metabolism just come to a screeching halt, not only did my emotions tank and burn to the ground, but even my way my liver metabolized my blood sugar. Wow. So as we get older and things happen, things change, and I'm really glad that I just happened to pick that meter up and start testing. I'd taken it a couple of readings earlier this summer, and at one point my blood sugar, when I was off plan, was 145, 150, right in there. So, if anything, I told my daughter this morning, if anything, I would like to lose weight, but I cannot make that my focus. I just can't. And I want to encourage y'all, you know, find your why. Remember why you started keto in the first place. It might have been your weight loss, might have been for arthritis, might have been for type 2 diabetes, blood pressure, whatever it is, but focus in on your why, and let's continue to move forward on a high note. I'm going to see here who is in here. I can't see diddly squat right now without my glasses. Terry, hello, and Deborah. Rola says, hi, I'm from California. I've been keto for a month and I didn't lose anything, so I'm so confused about it. Well, Rola, there's a lot of reasons, okay? You have to think about your age, your weight, your medications, and you need to think about where you're at with your height and your body fat percentage, and we calculate what we need. So for instance, myself, I'll use an example, 5'2", 55 years old, on hormone replacement therapy, slow metabolism now. What would I do? Well, I would go to my calculator, and you really want to make sure that you understand how keto works. You want to focus on fats first. A lot of people confuse protein with fat, and they eat way too much protein, and they don't lose weight as quickly. So, and that's more of an Atkins low carb approach. But keto, on the other hand, is high fat. 70% of your day should be made up of fat. 70%. So, for instance, as an example, we'll just use 100 grams of fat. If you need to eat 100 grams of fat, you're probably, and that's going to be your 70% range, your protein is probably going to be somewhere around 80 or 70 grams of protein. So it's going to be about 30% lower than your fat needs. And then your carbs, you want to keep them down depending on how much weight you need to lose, okay? You want to keep that at 5% or less. And some people like to do whole carb, and some people like to do total carb or whole carb and versus net carb. I find that the more weight that you need to lose, the better off you are. So she's at 20 pounds. Okay, so 20 pounds might take you a little bit longer, but you're really, really going to need to focus in on your fat. For instance, only needing 20 pounds, you'll probably take a little longer, but it'll be done in a healthy way. So focus on your fat. And if you're at 126 grams of fat, make sure take it out and measure it out and look at what your fat needs are for the day. If you lay your fat out there on the counter and you're looking at 100 plus grams of fat a day, you're looking at a whole stick of butter plus tablespoons of another fat or more butter. It's just a visual that helps you understand how much fat you need. Eating avocados and eating fatty cuts of meat, or like ground beef or steak, like ribeye, dark chicken meat versus light chicken meat. You want to use those fattier choices on your proteins. A good rule of thumb: start your day off with an egg. For every egg you eat a tablespoon of butter with it. If you want to wake up in the morning and have coffee, put 2 tablespoons of fat in it to start your day. Get your fat going. And your fat will keep you fuller, which overall, in the big picture of things, lowers your overall calories because your fat is so full. I got a bee buzzing, by the way. I've been stung a few times this year. So that's how you determine how well you do. If you're eating keto snack bars and you're focusing on high proteins and your fat's not right, it can be quite challenging. So I hope that helped. Yes, Angie, the pups are out. Elizabeth dropped Oliver off this morning. I'm doggy daycare, and they have been running around all morning playing in the yard. Thanks a lot, appreciate it. And I do work out. And I will say this, working out, when it comes to especially new keto, don't focus on working out. You don't have to work out to lose weight. And if you're building muscle, it's a slow go. And it's good to have good muscle. It's healthy, but it's not part of your weight loss equation. You can actually stress your body at this point. And I always say, skip the exercise for 3 weeks. Just skip it. Just focus on your fats and eating keto. There is an article, The Complete Guide to Keto 101 on Ruled Me. Look it up, understand it. I recommend that article to every new person, so it could be very helpful. Let's see. Good morning, Linda. 5'2", 142. Yeah, and I don't even know that. Well, and your age-wise, I don't know where you're at, but 142 at 5'2". I'm 5'2". Oh, and you're 40 years old, and you want to be 122 pounds. One more bit of advice. Your body knows where it needs to be at maximum health. My daughter, perfect example, 30 years old, just stepped on the scale for the first time in over 6 months this morning, was 159 pounds, but she does not look like that. She looks tiny. She's wearing a size 6. Her thighs are thin, just started trimming down. She's just looking fit and fabulous. She worked out constantly, running constantly, and doing her workouts and not losing any weight. And she thinks, oh, I just want to get down to, at 5'6", she wants to be at 140, 142. But she finally accepted that on keto, we don't go by so much what we think we should be, but as where we are with our health numbers, how our clothes fit, and what our labs are, you know. So maybe not focus on 20 pounds, just focus on eating keto and watch your body adapt to that, and you'll be great, because you do want to get yourself into fat adaptation, where that means your body's running only on ketones for fuel, and it is eating up, per se, any fat, extra stored fat. So that's my advice for you. I hope it helps. Yeah, a dark color, that's good, but I will tell you again, strips really are not accurate at all. They're great when you're a newbie, and they're great for the first couple of weeks. When your body starts, it's because you're spilling out ketones, excess ketones. So if you have excess ketones, then you will turn the pea strip a color, light, dark, somewhere in there. But once your body starts running on ketones for fuel, you might not be excreting as many ketones. Therefore, you think your test strips aren't working. Therefore, you think you're not in ketosis, which is completely the opposite. You are. You're just not spilling the excess out anymore. So don't rely on ketone pea strips as often or for very long. It's a great motivator when you're first starting out, because it shows you that you're doing something right. But again, the longer you stay keto, the less they work for you. And what else was I going to say about those ketone strips? It'll come to me. Good morning. Good morning, Rita. Good morning, Ketovore Deb. Angie says, I just started testing my numbers this week too. I think I'll have the dawn effect in the mornings. A lot of people do. I mean, there's a process that takes place overnight when your glucose is being converted from your muscles. Your cortisol rises. Just different reasons that your numbers will kind of gradually go up, be higher in the morning, which is no biggie. Unless they're consistently really way too high, then you probably need to talk to your doctor if they're over 125. But if you wake up in the morning and you're at 110 or 120 or I was at 130, and if I had stayed there consistently, then I would probably have to go and talk to my doctor about it. But doing keto is notoriously wonderful for reversing type 2 diabetes. So, like I said, in 6 days, I've got my numbers in the morning at 98. By yesterday afternoon, I knew that I had nailed it, because I had gone out shopping for my granddaughter's birthday party. We stopped at Chili's. I had the worst margarita I ever had. I asked for a skinny margarita. And I ordered salad and chili, and it was just hardcore bad yesterday. And then I went to the birthday party, had some celery and some ranch, came home, tested, and my blood sugar was 84. And that's where I normally sit, is 84. So even with ups and downs and weird things to eat yesterday and challenges, it was great. And then back under 100 this morning. Good morning. Oh, let's see. I see more and more good mornings. Stella and WVest167. Good morning. So I want to encourage you guys this week. Today's a great day. Today's Sunday. Today is my granddaughter Alexandra's birthday. Yesterday was Lexi's. Today is Alexandra's. So I have another little birthday party to go to this afternoon. I've got some shopping to do. But I also made a huge pot of broccoli cheddar soup last night, and I've got these containers. They're just, the round containers, great for soups, gravies, whatnot, and I put them in and portioned it out. I've got one in the freezer, one in the fridge, and another one that's a single serve that was left over from that. If you want to do meal prep coming into the week, these are great ideas, is to make like a big pot of soup or stew or chili. The weather's perfect. You could help your journey along this week and have some things already prepped and ready to go. I also will mention, coming into this week, that my keto crate came in yesterday. It's got some good stuff in it. It just looks interesting. It was loaded down. There's like 13 items to review. Interestingly enough, I'm going to do my blood sugar prior to doing the review. We're just going to see. You guys have heard me talk about one ingredient forever and ever and ever. I mean, I have my jammies on. I'm doing one of those like Zoom sneaky things. Put on a sweater and make it look good, but I'm in my pajamas. Tapioca fiber, tapioca starch, tapioca syrup, you name it, something tapioca. It makes everything great. Well, I noticed one of the products in this Keto Crate box says keto certified, and it has a card with it. We are now keto certified. Well, what does that mean, y'all? Who gave them the right to be the certifiers, you know? And if it has tapioca starch or tapioca fiber in it, is it really keto? So I thought to myself this week, probably sometime tomorrow, once the week kicks off, I will grab somebody and we'll start reviewing this box. And we're going to take our blood sugar before, and we are going to take our blood sugar after and post the results in the community page so that we can see what happens. I've got every kind of sweetener in that box. There's things that have xylitol, there's things that have erythritol, there's things that have sugar, keto, maltodextrin, tapioca fiber. It is a hodgepodge of a mess. No wonder I don't make money selling keto crates. Because I'm just like, rah! It should be interesting to say the least. So please join me for that tomorrow. I'll make a card up. I'll make an announcement and schedule it out so that you guys can know when and what time that review is going to be. We usually have a lot of fun with it, and I love it when y'all pop in with us. It makes it even more fun. So that's my week this week. I will tell you, I did lose about 6 pounds of water weight, inflammation, which again is wonderful. I really didn't want to talk about the weight loss end of it yet. We're just starting. We got 31 days of this, of just eat keto. You know, I know that if you're restarting or if you're new, you're going to run to the bathroom a lot. You might even go, number 1 or 2, because depending on how much fat you're eating, and your kidneys are going into overdrive and you're starting to dump the inflammation, the water weight. But I would like to have some great reports. I'm fingers crossed for me, y'all, that beyond the inflammation, that my metabolism somehow is righting itself again. And I'm hopeful, because I have heard from encouragement from people who say, hey, look, you're going through menopause, you're going through the change, but you will balance out again and be able to lose weight again. That would be my ultimate place to be. You still have leaves. How nice for December. Yes, yes, yes. Well, right now you're looking at the cedar tree, which is green. So, yeah, there is a couple of trees. The gumball trees haven't quite lost their leaves yet or turned. So they're the last ones to go. But yep, we have green here, and we are having chilly weather for sure. I've got to finish decorating this porch today, and my husband says he wants to hang lights, but I don't think that's going to happen, and I really don't care. You know, I really don't. As we're close enough now that I'm okay with what little bit of lights I have on my porch at night, so we don't need to do that. Go into this week, you guys. Start out strong. Start your day off. Put a tablespoon of butter into everything you eat. You know what I mean? If you're having eggs, I've been using a tablespoon of butter per egg. Yesterday it was just 3 eggs, 3 tablespoons of butter, and about 4 slices of bacon. It wasn't the thick slice, so it was what it was. And then, you know, eating the soup. I went to Chili's yesterday. It's that time of year where you're meeting people and eating. I had a house salad, no croutons, ranch and blue cheese dressing, because that's what I like on my salad. I ordered their bowl of chili because it is bean-free, gluten-free, and I don't think there was any sugar in it, so couldn't find the answer to that. But, you know, I'm taking it and keeping it keto, and I'm still going to be doing real life. Friendly reminder for those who are enjoying any type of cocktails. If you are hardcore restarting, hardcore keto, remember that cocktails can knock you on your butt. I found that out Friday night. Went to my brother-in-law's house and I said, okay, have a few drinks, got my club soda, I got a little vodka, and all of a sudden I felt it hit me like hardcore. And my husband said, I knew your voice changed. It went to high squeaky and you're laughing. And he looked at me and said, hey, are you ready to go home? I said, yes, take me home. So be careful with the holiday spirits because they can kick your can if you're new to keto and if you are on your restart journey. Just be mindful. I'm like, watered down wine is just a great cocktail. Or super water your drinks down. I had a smaller glass with a normal mix and it was just too strong for me. So if you're going to have a drink hardcore liquor, straight liquor, not sweetened liquors. Make sure that you pick a good flavored club soda. If you need, have your own little sweet sucralose drops or stevia drops and make up your own cocktails. Those are my advice coming into this holiday season. And if you guys have any comments or questions for me, make sure you pop them in the box below. I would be happy to come back and answer them for you, for those who are going to come back and watch the replay. Yeah, I add sparkling water to my wine as well, Terry. It is a great deal. You can take 1 glass of wine and get 4 glasses of wine out of it. You really can. And you're only getting the carbs from 1 glass, but you're enjoying the taste. You're in that social mode. You know, you're mingling, and it's wonderful. I became quite addicted to the flavor of my sparkling wine, or wine spritzer if you want to call it that, and to drink a regular glass of wine was just like, wow, I couldn't even handle it. It tastes good that way. So anyways, those are your tips for the week. Stay keto. Leave comments below. I'd love to hear how your strategy is working out for you this week. And remember, guys, stay strong. Fats first, moderate protein, and low carb, and get you some. And I will see you guys later this week as we do some new stuff. I got 2 recipes I can't wait to share with you. Have a wonderful Sunday.